Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jolene, and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the Moonrise Beach series. In today's video, I'm going to do a setup of my 2021 Hobonichi Weeks with you. So I've already done my Hobonichi cousin setup video, so if you guys haven't seen that already and you guys are interested in it, please check it out. It's on my channel. And I do have quite a lot of other Hobonichi videos on my channel, so I will include a playlist for that at the end of this video. But first, let me show you my 2021 weeks. So this is the Cherry Blossom Weeks. So this is the plain cover. This is my first time getting one of the plain covers. So this one is my 2020 weeks, and this is the mint ribbons. So it's a black and white plaid with the little mint ribbons here, and then inside the little bow it has some gold thread, which I really like. And these both are just the regular weeks, they're not the mega. So the difference between the regular weeks and the mega is that the mega has twice the amount of note pages at the back. So this one is much more thinner in comparison. I find that I don't need as many note pages, and if I do, I can usually just put a notebook in at the back, and that should be enough for me. So the reason why I picked this color is because my theme for 2021 is pink, so all my covers from Hobonichi are going to be pink this year. Last year I went with all plaid, so I went with this one, the mint ribbons, and then I also had the Bonbon Plaid Bitter and the Bonbon Plaid Sweet in the A5 and the A6 size. So it's just a little thing that I do just to keep things fun, and when I purchase a new planner each year from Hobonichi, I do tend to have one theme that I try to keep with. So if you are curious about what this is what I keep my Hobonichi Weeks in. This is the Hobonichi Medium or a nape pouch. So this is one of their drawer pouches, and this one is called the MT Pink Mix. So this is a collab with MT Washi. So that is why the pattern is like this. It's made to look like little bits of washi, which I think is really cute. So I've already done a whole video on what I keep in here, but I know I'm going to get asked, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Mine is cream. And it has quite a lot of different pockets. So you have some card pockets here, some large pockets. You do have a little zippered pocket as well, and then several more card pockets and more extra components here. So I'm going to start from this side and then go over. So I just have these functional foiled stickers from Samantha May Sticks. Now unfortunately I think she discontinued doing Hobonichi kits, which is a bit of a shame because I really liked her foiled items, but I still have quite a few, so I'm going to continue using them. Over here you do have a bunch of card slots, so I just have the green Hobonichi stencil, and I tend to use these small checklists here, so I keep that handy in there. I have several of these kind of dot stickers. These are translucent ones that I use in the monthly. And then I also have some of these kind of doodle functional stickers that I also use. These are more of the kits that I have from Samantha May Sticks. I'm just going to finish these up. So I have quite a few of them. And then in here, this zippered section, I put a lot of my skinny washi. So a lot of these are from Happy Planner or some other brands like this. And I like to use skinny washi in my Hobonichi Weeks because of the small compact size. So I really like that, and I just keep them all here in the middle compartment. Over here I just have the little adhesive pocket that comes with the Hobonichi Weeks. I haven't used it yet. And then I have some more functionals. So little box stickers like this. And then I also have my pair of tweezers, which I use often with the Hobonichi Weeks because the stickers are so tiny, so I have that in there. And then I have some more kits, some fall ones here. I have a Christmas kit all ready to go. So I keep that in there. I have some more dot stickers. And then I have just a couple extra of these kind of yearly stickers. And I will show you how I use them in my planner. And the reason why I got the Cherry Blossom Weeks this year is because the colors match perfectly. So I really love that. When it comes to covers for the Hobonichi Weeks, the only cover that I use is the clear cover on cover. So you just have a couple of different pockets, one on the front, one secretarial at the back, and then these two sides is where you would slip it in. You also have a pen loop. So the reason why I like to have a nani pouch instead of a cover for the Hobonichi is because I realize that I don't necessarily need a cover. I do already have a cover on cover, so it's protected enough. Is I need a place to put all my kits and stuff, so that's why this works perfectly. And you can easily put your weeks in there. It fits right in even with the cover on cover. So that is why I don't have you know, like a TN style or like a perfect fit style cover for this. I just put it in a pouch here, and that works perfectly for me. So this is my first time getting one of the plain covers. Usually I would get one of these, so I don't usually decorate it because it is quite busy on its own, but this one's a little bit more plain, so I definitely feel like I want to add something on the top. So the die cut that I want to put here on the front is a die cut from Paper Echoes, and I recently hauled this, so I will link that video down below for you guys if you are interested. But this is just her sugar bun character with a little Hobonichi Weeks. And the color of the Hobonichi Weeks matches perfectly with this cherry blossom color, and she even has the 2019 Hobonichi pen, which I also have here, and I'm going to be using that with this planner. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of washi here and kind of paste it down here on the front before I put it in the cover on cover. So I think I just want it to be somewhere down here on the bottom, or I think it might actually be cuter here on the top. So let me do that. So I'm just going to take a bit of this washi. So this is from Pink Room Co. I really love their washi. So I'm just going to put a piece of that here at the back and then put it down there. And then I'm going to put my cover on cover. So there we go. I just put the little die cut there on the cover on cover. I did order some other things that I want to include down here, but they haven't arrived yet. I don't know, the mail is just taking so much more longer since the pandemic started. So it's been like 2 months since I've ordered it and it still hasn't arrived. So unfortunately I couldn't wait any longer, but hopefully it will still arrive, and once it does I will add it to the cover here. But for now I really like this little die cut. I think it's super cute. So it just has this blank area where it says Hobo over and over again, and I'm going to decorate this bit a little bit. So I picked up a few things that I might want to include. So I have this little bow marker from Purpose Papery that I made from a digital, and I thought it would be really nice here. I think it brings in some of the pinks and also this kind of bluish color, because I also have a little journaling card from Kikki.K. It says, "You are only busy with what you say yes to," and I thought that this would look really nice just kind of behind there. This is just a little anime picture, one of my favorite characters from an anime, and so I usually just pop him in there. The other thing that I have here that I want to include is this little twin stars magnetic clip, and this is from Hello Paper Cat. And all I want to do is just have it here on the front holding the two first pages together. I think the colors once again match really well. And usually here I kind of use it as a dashboard. I want to put some sticky notes because I am going to be using a lot of sticky notes in this particular planner. So I brought this little set of sticky notes from Kikki.K. I believe this is from the Love Life collection a few years back, or maybe it's called Love Your Life, I'm not sure. So I just want to peel off some, and I'm just gonna put it here at the very bottom just so that I have a few handy. I also want to take a couple of these yellow ones, which I think are really cute and cheerful. I'm gonna add that, and then maybe just a few of these as well. So what I'm going to do is actually tuck it behind here so that I have a little bit going on there. And then I also have these ones, which are kind of like ombre to-do lists. I really like the size of them because they're good for lists. So I'm gonna actually just put that here at the very back. And then the final thing, again, is another bow bookmark. And this one was a freebie from Stationery Heaven. So I'm just going to pop that here on the back. And then this is the 2019 Hobonichi pen. So if you made an order back then, this would be the pen that you get. So I am just going to add that in the pen loop. So that is how it's going to look like. And then I would just put it in the pouch like this. And you can easily zip it up. And you can take it out anywhere you want. I feel like it's quite compact and I have everything that I need in here. So now that we have all the kind of decorative elements here, now I'm going to go in depth with the functionality of this planner. So this planner is going to be accumulation of a lot of different things. Before, in my 2020, I mainly used this as a memory and pre-planner. So here I just use this to forward plan in the monthly section. In the weekly section, I would just use it like this, where I would put any important dates on the first box. The second area over here, I would use it for my to-dos. Here I would use as a highlight of the day, and then over here I would kind of do a little bit of micro journaling, just talking about how the day went, how my writing day went, and that kind of thing. And over here at the back, I'm not going to show you too much, but I just use a little bit of washi, and for every week I do like a weekly review. So I kind of just talk about how the week went, what's going on in the next week, and how I feel like I can prepare better for the week. So that is how I use the 2020. For 2021, I'm going to change things up a little bit. So over here, I just have that yearly. So I just put a kit here from ArieBea shop just to kind of cover up the Japanese so I can make it a little bit more functional. And then here I'm going to be writing the important dates for each year. For this particular spread, I'm going to be using it the exact same way as I have in 2020. I'm going to be tracking my promotions or my events for work. So I'm going to be putting my important work events here at the top, and then I'll use the stencil, that green stencil that I showed you in my pouch. I'm going to be using that to kind of draw lines down here. So I just put a little bit of the Pink Room Co. washi just for a little bit decoration, and then I put a yearly tab here. Now for the monthlies, I'm not going to be using this as a pre-planner. I'm going to be actually using it for finance. So that's why I have one of these translucent tabs here that says finance on it. So I do have a finance binder, and that is a personal size Kikki.K, and I've been using that as my finance binder for several years already. I haven't changed it at all, and it's been working great. However, I do want to get a little bit more specific and see where things are leaving my account when money is coming in, and I want to see the paydays in a more visual manner. So that is why I wanted to put it here, because I already have the dates all set out for me, and I even have the weeks that are listed down here on the side. So for me, it's going to be very basic. I just put a little bit of washi here that is from the Pink Room Co. And all I did was I just put it over the days that are not included in this month. So for this particular planner, it starts in December and then it goes all the way to March of next year. And what I've done is I put these pink tabs on, and these are from ArieBea shop. I got the pink tabs with the cute font, and basically I put them here in the monthly just so I can grab it and then head off into my month right away. And the only other thing that I've done is I've put down the important dates here with the translucent dot stickers. But yeah, this is probably a spread that you probably won't see after this because it does deal with some personal things. So my plan for this is to write down all my paydays. I'm going to be writing my bank balance starting every week here on the sides, so that is why I haven't put any washi there. I'm going to put my financial goals in here, so anything like no spend, budgeting goals. So you do have these 4 checklist dots here, so if I complete them, then I can check them off. I'm going to also track when I spend, so if I purchase something on that day, I'm going to write down the store and also the amount that I spent, and hopefully seeing it in this more visual monthly view will help me curb my spending. So that is my plan for every single month. This is just a quick flip through of little washi bits that I added. All of these are from the Kikki.K because I'm obsessed with her shop right now. So all I have here are just the important dates and a little bit of washi. So that is going to be my finance section here. Now, in the weekly section, I'm going to be using it the exactly same way as I have in here. So what I tend to do is I use the first box here for any events or important dates that are happening that day. This next section I use as a to-do list. And then what I'll do is I'll get the stencil, or I'll just use the pencil board, and I will make lines. So I can divide this into 7 sections. So over here I'll just put the highlight of the day and then write how the day kind of went. So basically that is all the weeks, and then you go into the notes sections. In the notes section, this is going to be the biggest change for me. I'm not going to be using it as a weekly review journal here at the back anymore. I'm actually going to be putting my reading journal. So in the past, you may have seen on my channel already that I used to keep my reading journal here in this Kikki.K A5 notebook. And I have a setup video. So what I've done is I've printed out the covers and then I will write about them. So that is how it's been working, but for me I found that as the year went on I wasn't writing such long reviews, so you can see over here that the reviews are getting a little bit shorter. So I just found that I didn't need such a large size for my reading journal. Now I just want to mention that I am an author and I also work as an author assistant, but I also am a book blogger. So I write for 2 blogs, the blog that I own, which is Under the Covers book blog, and then I also write for another bigger blog, which is called Fresh Fiction. So as a professional book blogger, I do need to keep track of the books that I read. I do want to make notes on them just so that when I sit down and write a review, or if I'm writing a column for Fresh Fiction, I have the information handy. So this is where it's going to go. So what I've done here is I've just printed this graphic on sticker paper and I just pasted it in here. And now what I want to do is I just want to write reading journal here on the top with these alpha stickers. So I'm probably going to do that right now. So I'm just going to grab my tweezers here. And I think this colorway matches a little bit better with the brown tones in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write out reading journal. So I'm going to take the R and I'm just going to spell out reading journal up here. So there we go. I have just spelled out reading journal using these alpha stickers, and I think it looks really cute that way. So now I have my cover page. On the very first spread here, I just put some Kikki.K washi, and over here I'm going to be doing my best of the year. So I'm actually going to leave this blank for now. Usually at the end of the year, I will write out my favorite book of the year, my favorite author of the year, the best new to be author or book, my favorite couple, my favorite hero, my favorite heroine, that kind of thing. And then so the rest of it will just be the journaling for the book. So I haven't decided if I'm going to print out all the covers like I have with my previous journal. I just found that process to be a little bit tedious, and I definitely feel like it will bulk up the weeks too much. So maybe I won't do that this year. Here on the Japanese paper, some of them I have covered up with the printables that I have in my shop, so normally they would look like something like this. but here I have kind of covered them up using some functional items, and I do have some more that I want to add with you. So first off, I'm just going to show you what I have already. So this is a yearly calendar for 2021, and I have several versions of this. This is the one on one page. I also have a version that's on 2 pages. So you have the January to June on one page and the July to December on the other. I also have a Monday start version and also a Sunday start version over here. And then in terms of color, I have this pink one, and also I have a gray one. So the gray one would kind of look like this. So these are the 2 colorways that I have in my shop. And then I also have different fonts. So I have a classic font, and this one here is the cute font. So you guys can pick this all up from my Etsy shop, which is Jolene Printables. And you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. So what I've done here is I've actually just printed these off on sticker paper. So you can easily peel it off like this and just center it on the page and then stick it down. If you don't have sticker paper, obviously you can just print it out on regular paper and use some adhesive or glue to stick it down in your Hobonichi. Alternatively, you can also print it out on vellum or acetate. So if you guys are curious to see how that looks like, I have done it in my Hobonichi cousin setup. So you can check out that video if you want. But on this particular calendar, I just want to use this as a no-spend calendar. So I will just mark off the days when I do a no spend. So for 2020, I was able to do a no spend for 3 months, which is great. It's definitely a difficult thing, and so having this kind of calendar, I think, makes you a little bit more aware. So I typically do my no spends on certain months of the year, not all at once, and I think that keeps it more manageable and it's not so much of a big challenge. So I like to have this here. This is the famous My 100 page that is in all the Hobonichi notebooks. So for me, I'm going to be using this as my books reviewed in 2021. So this is going to be different than the books that I have read. I'm going to keep that list in my Hobonichi cousin. This one is just the books that I review. I don't review every single book that I read. I just review the books that are advanced reader copies. So as a professional book reviewer, I get sent books from publishers and authors to review on my blog and on Fresh Fiction. So I need to keep track of those books as well. So this list here gives you 100 spaces. So I'm going to be writing all the books that I review here. I know that I read and review more than 100 books in a year. So what I've done is I've printed out my pink grid. So once again, this is in my shop, Jolene Printables on Etsy. I do have a gray version of this as well, and also a line version. So if you prefer line or grid, it's up to you. But I just covered up these 2 pages with these grids so that I can continue this list over here. So once again, I did put another one of the grids here in case all of this is not enough for the books reviewed. And then what I've done here to kind of keep going with my reading journal is I've put a yearly tracker. So this is the classic font in the gray colorway. So it just has January to December here. And what I've done is I want to use this as a tracker for the type of books that I read. So I read quite a lot of different genres. And as a professional book reviewer, I want to make sure that I am reading all different types of books a year, not just sticking to one genre. So what I've done here is in this section, I am going to write down the different genre of books that I review. And in each monthly section, what I'm going to do is tally up the number of books that I read within this genre each month. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be able to see that I have read, 4 contemporary books in a month. So these are the categories that I have so far. I have contemporary, cozy mystery, historical, fantasy, science fiction, erotic, new adult, young adult, paranormal, urban fantasy, romantic suspense, and women's fiction. I actually have more that I want to add for that list, so I have printed out some more of the yearly. So this is the pink cute version, and then this is the gray. And what I'm going to do now is actually put these down and then add the remaining genres that I haven't added yet. So all I'm going to do is just peel it off of the sticker paper, and I'm just going to line it up really quickly, making sure that I cover all the edges. So there we go. You can see that it's really simple. I just pasted it down. Obviously, if you are not using sticker paper, you can just print it out on regular printer paper and then cut it with your paper trimmer, and then use some adhesive or some glue maybe to stick it down. But here is the next sticker sheet, and I'm going to just line it up once again. Just like that. So you can see the difference. This is the pink version with the cute font, and this is the gray version with the cute font as well. So what I'm going to do now is just continue my list of the genres here. So I'm just going to grab a pen for my Hobonichi pouch. Just going to grab this pink one here. This pen is from Muji. It's the 0.5 gel cap one of my favorite all-time pens. So the other genres that I'm missing from this list is steampunk. I actually really struggle to read steampunk, so there's probably not going to be a lot of it. I want to write down historical fiction. I do read some LGBT books, namely male, and also some non-fiction books, so that can include things like self-help books and that kind of thing. So that is what I'm going to write here. So as you can see, I do have some more space for any extra genres that might pop up, so I can add thriller, horror, anything like that in this list. And then in the second yearly tracker, I actually want to keep track of whether I read a debut author, a new to me author, or one of the authors that I normally read already. So that way I know how much I am reading of what author. I want to make sure that I'm trying out new books and new authors all the time. As you can see, I do have a couple of extra pages that I can use still with my printables, but for the purpose of the reading journal, I think that this will be enough for now. The only thing I do want to add is just this little paper clip. And then now I'm just going to do a final walkthrough. So I just have the Cherry Blossom Weeks with the clear cover on cover. And then I have this die cut from Paper Echoes. This is from Hello Paper Cat. And this is from Purpose Papery. These are all from Kikki.K. And then that's just a photo. This is my yearly view. And here I'm just going to be writing the important events that I have going on that I don't want to forget. Here is going to be keeping track of my work schedule. So this is going to be the exact same thing as last year. And then over here, I'm going to be putting my important events for work. All the monthlies in this particular planner are going to be for finance. So I'm going to keep track of my balance here on the side for each week. I'm going to keep track of paydays, bill dues, and also when I spend. So I'm going to write the store and also how much I spent. The weekly, I'm still going to be using it the exact same way as kind of like a pre-planner and memory keeper on this side. In the notes section, I'm turning it into a reading journal. So I have these printouts from Happy Daya, and I just wrote reading journal with some alpha stickers. I'm going to be keeping track of my favorite books the year in here. Here is going to be the best of for 2021, and then all the rest of the pages are going to be my reading journal. At the very back here, using my printables in my shop, I have a no spend tracker. This is just a yearly on one page. For the My 100, I'm going to keep track of the books that I review. So since this is not enough for me, I have added some pink grid paper here so that I can continue my 100 list over here. And then I have added some yearly trackers so I can keep track of the types of books that I read per genre. So I have all my genres listed here, and then I will tally up the number of books that I read within each genre. So I have 2 pages of that. I have another one of the yearly, and all I've done is I've written if it's a debut author, a new to me author, or a favorite author. And then at the very back, I just have some extra to-do lists, and then some more sticky notes, and then just this little die cut here. I have my pen that I'm going to be using with this planner. I think it matches really well, especially since the little die cut has this pen on it. And then I'm going to be putting it into my innate pouch. So this is my setup for 2021 for my Hobonichi Weeks. If you haven't checked it out already, I have already done a video on my Hobonichi cousin setup, and I will be doing one for my A6 as well. That will be a journal video, so hopefully you guys will like this video and subscribe to the channel so you guys can get notified when that video goes live. But if you are interested in any of these printables from my shop, you guys can use the code SAVE10 for 10% off of your order. Once again, my shop is called Jolene Printables on Etsy. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!